Welcome to the React Data Grid component tutorial. In this video, I'll show you how to export the Syncfusion React Data Grid to PDF and Excel, and the different customization options. First, I'll open my existing React application, which includes the basic code to render the Data Grid component. If you want to learn how to get started with the React Data Grid, check out the video linked in the card or description. I run the application using the npm rundev command. The React Data Grid component renders. Now, I'll show you how to export the data grid as a PDF. To enable PDF export, I import the PDF export module and inject it using the inject directive. Then, set the allow PDF export property to true. To use the toolbar for the export option, I import the toolbar module and inject it as well. Next, add the toolbar property and include PDF export in the array. To export the data grid when the PDF export button is clicked, I define the toolbar click event. To call the built-in export method, I add a reference to the grid component. And set the ID as grid. Inside the toolbar click event, I check whether the PDF export option is clicked. And call the PDF export method. Then I assign this event to the toolbar click property of grid component. Now, when I click the PDF export button, the data grid is exported as a PDF document. To change the PDF file name, I add the file name property to the PDF export method and set it to invoice.pdf. The PDF is now exported with the file name invoice.pdf. By default, the exported PDF includes all records. If you want to export only the current page, set the export type property to current page. When I click the PDF export button now, only the current page is exported. You can also add a header and a footer to the document. The header appears at the top of every page and is used to display repeating information such as logos, document titles, or dates. I set the header property inside the PDF export method. Inside this property, I set the from top property to 0 to define the header content distance from the top. Then, set height to 130 to define the header content height. Contents array lets you define what goes inside the header, such as text, images, lines, or page numbers. In this example, I add a text element with the value Northwind Traders, positioned at 240,50, with some styling. You can now see the header in the exported PDF document. Similarly, you can apply a footer. I add the footer property and set the contents property with the appropriate values. Set the from bottom property to 10 and height property to 60. The footer can be seen in the exported document now. Next, I will show you how to apply a theme to the PDF document. I add the theme property in the grid's PDF export method. Here, to add a theme for the header and the record, I add the header and record properties with some styles. Looking here, the styles are applied to the headers and records. Next is exporting the data grid to an Excel document. First, I import the Excel export module from the EJ2 React Grids package and inject it into the DataGrid component. I enable the Allow Excel Export property. In the toolbar, I add another option for exporting to Excel. Next, inside the toolbar click event, I check if the Excel export option is clicked on the toolbar. If it is, I call the Excel export method. Now, when I click the Excel export button, the data grid is exported to the Excel document. This Excel document can also be customized like the PDF document. First, to change the file name, inside the Excel export method, I set the file name property to invoice. Then, I add the header property to add a header. Since headers are defined using rows and cells, I add a single header row inside the header option. Within the rows property, I add a cell with a col span of 4. I set the value to Northwind Traders and apply the required styles. Now the exported document includes a customized header. Similarly, you can add a footer using the footer option. The footer can be seen in the exported document now. To export only the current page, set the export type property to current page. See? When I click the Excel export button, it only exports the current page in the grid. Finally, I will add a theme for the Excel export. It is the same as the PDF export, so I copy the theme applied in the PDF export method and paste it in the Excel export method. You'll see the exported Excel document with the theme applied. Let's wrap up this video. In this video, I have shown you how to export the Syncfusion React Data Grid to PDF and Excel. I also showed you various customization options. If you want to try out the example used in this video, download it from the GitHub link in the description below. I have also shared a link to learn how to obtain a free license key to use our React components through our community license if you are eligible. Thanks for watching this video. If you find this video helpful, like and subscribe to our channel.